So we know we got some big episodes coming up. We got going back to the Hollywoods tomorrow night, and then we're going to go to the Salem Witch Trials the following episode.
Yeah, they're all so incredible. I mean, has there ever been a television show where we get to go back in time to a different period every historical
Quantum Leap, maybe.
Which one?
Quantum Leap.
Oh, Quantum Leap, right.
Back in the day.
Right. How much did they make that for?
It's tricky.
It's really hard. It's really fascinating. And I love the fact that basically we learn about badass women and people of color, which is like not really the norm in terms of history. So thank you very much. I was tweeting today. I was like, let all the history teachers know that this is the way to get kids engaged in history. It's like that's the obvious, right?
Yes.
And families watch it together. I have friends who have 12-year-olds who watch it with like their grandparents, and it's hard to find good, clean fun.
The stock car racing episode was really big for me. I'm mixed, and I have my wife's side of my family is very in tune to stock car racing, and it's never really felt like anything that was for me.
Yeah.
And then that episode happened, and I was like, oh, so there's a history there that I didn't realize was there.
I mean, I don't look mixed. I'm pretty much all Indian, but I grew up in an Indian black household. So I was like, when they talked about my family, I was like, can my wife be black? And they're like, yeah, your wife can be black. I was like, okay, good. I just want to represent myself in my life. So then we had a black and Indian household. Great.
Did you guys get to do a chemistry screening test to determine for who was going to be paired with your character?
No. I was just happy that she was actually a beautiful woman who happened to be dark-skinned and talented and, not necessarily what you get with TV wives, as they were.
So we understand your character, Agent Christopher, is getting a much bigger storyline of her own this season. What can you share about that?
Well, I mean, I think the main thing is that I continue my role as the mama bear and protecting my people, especially now that I've forced them to come to the bunker. So I feel like a huge responsibility to take care of them. And then this year, I think basically I always think of my character as weirdly, as much as she's Homeland Security and she's the boss, she's kind of the representation of family. And she taps into what everybody's going through in terms of their own losses, in terms of their families. And then she has her own family, which represents a beautiful, loving, rich life. That unfortunately not everybody in our bunker is achieving right now, because most of them, I realize, has everybody had somebody who died in their family? I think, no, it's like no offense to the writers, but I think everybody suffered loss. So I think I take it very seriously that our sense of what family is changes, because Lucy's family is Rittenhouse. Is that, right? And then, Rufus has a family that's been threatened. Gia, you learn a little bit more about her family this year. Connor Mason doesn't really have any family, except for Rufus, and that relationship comes out big time this year. Goran, Flynn lost everybody. So I think I just try to, regardless of how I do it, show them the love and know that they're protected as family.
Well, she's also kind of a badass. I mean,
she don't fuck with me, that's for sure. And I was a little mean to Connor Mason in the last thing, but that was because, and I had said in the prior episode, I said, you know what, he's lost so much, so give him a break. But then the next episode, I was like, get back! So I actually made, because it was dangerous for the entire family for him to be venturing out to feed his ego. And his ego is something to be reckoned with. And he's lost so much. He was head of Mason Industries, was really, really rich, funded by the Mercers, Rittenhouse. So I think that he needs a lot of support, and he needs reining in to keep him safe. And there's a beautiful thing that happens with his character in 206, you'll see.
Well, there's a potential breach that happens coming up very quickly, and I was very startled to see that it was your character everybody turned to protect them. They're so used to protecting themselves out when they go out on adventures, but the minute they're back in their home base...
Oh, my babe! My babe!
It's me! She was just talking about you. Well, just FYI.
Wait, guess what I said?
You said he's rubbish and he's unprofessional.
No, I did not say that.
That's what you usually say.
No.
Oh, we should be nice.
We were just saying how your character turns to her for protection when it looks like there's a possible breach in their area. And I thought it was interesting.
Like a physical coward. He hides behind his pistol. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Well, she's the trained agent with the gun.
He's a scientist. I think my dream is always to get either Garcia Flynn or Wyatt to teach me some sort of martial art. and that every now and then you just see a corner of the bunker, and Mason's getting himself beaten up. He's being basically beaten up by one or the other. Every now and then, we never even mention it. We just see him with bruises and cuts.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well,
We were talking about the bunker life.
Well, we were talking about, a couple of people said that I was mean to you and I wouldn't let you do your...
Yeah.
And I said, well, my overriding mode is protection, and I just thought it was dangerous for you. And I just, in the prior episode, said, listen, you give him a break. He's lost everything, but then I just like, and I grab you back.
The only thing I would question, if we were having this conversation as Mason and Christopher, is why did you not wait until I just finished the speech? Because I was there, so people knew I was there. If it was about publicity, I was already there. So why don't you let me finish the speech? And then
I actually asked the writers, I said, this is kind of mean. And they're like, you're teaching him a lesson. It's not pretty, but you are teaching it. I wouldn't have done it.
No, you're kind.
No, I'm
You're
kind.
Well, there's also the emergency with Jaya's health and her situation.
Yes.
What are they going to be doing to kind of help her through that?
Well, actually, today's episode, we're in a little bit of conflict about that. You'll see when you watch the episode.
Yeah.
But he goes to great lengths to figure out what's going on with that this season.
Yeah, I mean, it was a problem when we sent, I think you saw this in the previous season, when we sent pilots back, not all of them came back in one piece. I think we spoke about that when I was training Gia for the lifeboat, if you remember that episode. So he knows already that there are people who've been damaged by it. So there's a sense of guilt, as well as trying to help her. So he feels quite guilty and conflicted about it because people didn't know.
Yeah, and I was saying that I always think of my character as being this mama bear protecting the family, but that people's understanding of what family is something that's really fascinating in our show. And I think with Connor Mason, who is his family and who he's connected to and how that grows and how he has understanding of it is something that gets explored this year in a really beautiful way.
Yeah, I mean, and Christopher sort of represents the only one amongst us who has a normal family life. You know, she's got a partner and she's got kids. None of us have that or have lost it in one way or another.
That's what I was saying.
So yeah, she's I suppose the most emotionally stable.
I'm emotionally stable, although I don't let my emotions out at work.
Well, now, of course, we got Flynn back in the hen house, so to speak. They're trying to enlist his aid for a limited basis, it seems like.
Mistake. Terrible mistake.
Yeah, get him the heck out. He's too tall for the bunker anyway.
This is why you need a democracy, so we could have voted on it, because you know that he wouldn't have come in.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted him in there, apart from you and Lucy.
I didn't want him, but I knew he could be helpful, and at some point you have to just, you know, it's Machiavelli. Yeah.
So she's manipulating the situation.
Well, I have to get information. He's the only one who has information that we need this season, right? Especially at the beginning of it.
True, but I mean, you're bringing the lion into our own.
Right. I mean, it is
lair,
kind of weird because there are times when we're like, yeah, he's just waltzing around, he's sitting on the bench there.
There are sharp objects around.
He could kill you with a. Where's Bugger?
Yeah, he could kill you with a blunt spoon.
Exactly. Shiv.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I suppose we are compromised because there's nothing else we can do. We don't have enough information.
Yeah.
He's the one who's read the notebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need it.
Yeah, information comes from interesting places this year, for sure. It's so good. Actually so much more in-depth character studies that will keep you, tuned in and wanting to watch more.
That's what I was saying over there. I think that last season was great. There's a lot of action and adventure and running about, but this one's much more about who are you?
Yeah.
And how can we really get on?
Yeah.
Where do I have to compromise? Like it is when people have to live together in one place.
Right.
Everybody's got a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
And I think that's the brilliant thing about this season. It's much more about the human relationships
It
as opposed to the times being changed.
There's a moment where some alcohol comes into the bunker.
There's quite a bit of alcohol in the bunker.
Surprising, not on my watch.
I think it's sort of mirroring our lives. I think the writers are really studying us.
Yeah, it's good. It's really.
Do you guys have a favorite episode of this season?
Yes.
Which is?
I think my favorite, which I haven't even seen, just having read it and knowing what it's about, is probably the same one that's his favorite.
It was just really well written and
206.
really.
206?
Yeah, really
we learned
well.
much more about him.
It's
Okay.
really well shot. And I think because the lead character, who is Robert Johnson, the father of rock and roll, he is a major character.
Yeah, I think our show does best when we actually follow a person and just get to sit with them in their lives in a way that doesn't feel forced, but you're learning so much about them in a short amount of time, which is a testament to the writers. But this character was fascinating.
Fabulous. And obviously a
wonderful actor too.
Oh yeah, Kamal Naqvi is called, and his audition, I saw his audition tape, was just like extraordinary. But on set as a performer, out of this world. You actually thought he came from 1936.
And the look of it, all of them,
him.
he looked, it's all fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I love it as an episode because I think it does what timeless should always do, and also we find him at the crux of what made him who he is. I think that's best as well when we find those historical characters just to that point. If they don't go that way, they're not going to become the people who they become. And that episode, written by Anselm Richardson, is superb. And Slem.
Yeah, and Slem.
I know. Anselm, I know. And Slem, I don't.
Because his nickname is Slem. Yeah. And then I'm part of a very interesting episode written by Arica Midman and Lauren Greer, where we get to know a little bit more about my character, and it's so much fun. It's such a fun episode. Garcia Flynn and I have some interesting stuff that happens. It's nice.
Yeah.
But you remember, there are 4 seats in the lifeboat this year. So that leads to a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.